Welcome to Cine here, where you come for all of your media needs. My name is Ray.
It's your boy Nicky Tay.
And today we are reviewing Skyscraper.
Welcome to heaven.
We're here.
Directed by Ross and Marshall Thurber, starring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So Skyscraper, I mean, if you've seen the trailer, you knew that this movie looked ridiculous. I mean, it is showing you that it's Dwayne, action hero, the Arnold Schwarzenegger of our time, with one leg and having to some reason infiltrate a skyscraper, jumping off a piece of construction, a crane, if you will, into this building. And from that moment in the trailer, I'm like, what the heck is going on? After dealing with Rampage earlier this season, the last thing I wanted to do was see The Rock on a skyscraper. But I can tell you this, folks, Skyscraper lives up to its heights. It is everything you expect. It is over the top. It is action-filled. But most importantly, it is entertaining.
Strap in your seatbelts and get on the Dwayne Johnson roller coaster. That's what this movie was. You strap in, put the thing over your head. I don't even know what it's called. Put it over your head. Get ready, because this ride is a thrill. Dwayne Johnson does everything. He always does everything. But in this movie, it really does highlight how great he is as a modern day action hero. Dwayne Johnson did spectacular in this film when it comes to wowing us, when it comes to giving us this over-the-top, unrealistic, but still amazing action.
Exactly. Very different than the most recent installments of the Fast and Furious franchise, which are absolutely, utterly ridiculous, convoluted, makes no sense. I mean, literally jumping the submarine, right? Here we have Skyscraper, which again, on the surface, appears to be going in the very same direction. But what they do here, which is absolutely better than anything happening recently in the Fast and Furious franchise, is that they set up a good story. A film that is suspenseful enough and thrilling through this entire picture.
Now, I'm not so high about the story.
It's okay.
The story's okay.
It's good.
The story's good. It's okay.
It's not great.
It's okay.
Good, though.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Okay.
All right.
This movie falls in the same line as most action movies. It just gives us a reason why the main character is going out and doing the over-the-top stunts that he's doing. That's all the story was about.
Exactly.
It just set up the reason why the one-legged Dwayne Johnson is doing things that a man with two legs cannot.
And can I just say, this is the most handy-capable man I've ever seen with one leg. The feats that he does in this film are incredible. I don't even know, amazing, right? I mean, he's doing things that I couldn't even do with four legs.
And I can definitely say he should not get a handicap sticker. He does not get the good parking, because this man is amazing. Let him park far back, because that walk there for him is nothing compared to what he did in this movie.
Other positives with this film, I thought the use of subtle plot points, things that you knew would come back but maybe didn't quite could figure out how they would come back, happened very early in the movie. Just to give a few without spoiling, there's this point in which they're talking about cell phones, and just a simple restart will fix any cell phone issue. There's the obvious, hey, you can only unlock this with your face kind of thing. There were a few plot points in this movie that I thought were delicately placed enough for me to believe something when it happened later in the film.
And see, this is where me and Nick definitely separate in this movie, because I felt like a lot of those things were in your face and sloppily placed, because they were just so, oh, okay, this is gonna come back up, and yeah, this is gonna come back up. But this movie wasn't bad, so I don't want to give that impression. But if I had to give any knock, that would be the biggest knock, is the story. And from action movies, we both know you don't need a great story.
You don't.
Just give me over-the-top action. And you get a healthy dose of The Rock. You get a healthy dose of Dwayne Johnson. He gave you literally everything you wanted in this movie. Suspense, thrilling. When I say that, like anytime you can do this in a movie theater, you're in a good spot.
That is true. And it gave you laughs. The Rock made some pretty, I would say, funny jokes without overly trying. You know, it isn't Guardians of the Galaxy 2 where you're like, please just stop and get to the action. This movie does the things that an action movie should do well. It gives you funny. It gives you suspense. It makes you cry if you allow it to. It is very emotional. It is a movie that you will, like he said, get on the edge of your seat and say, yes, Dwayne, you're cheering for The Rock as he is traversing the skyscraper and trying to save his family.
This movie very much so gave me the old 90s action feel.
Oh, yes. Yes.
It really did. And, you know, when I say that, I'm talking about the unrealistic action films that we had in the past that was also well done and well constructed. But Dwayne Johnson topped it all by doing it with one leg.
That's incredible. That's incredible. I mean, literally, again, the most capable man I've ever seen. And I would say all of the characters were pretty capable. I mean, you had the FBI agent or the inspector, whoever's working the crime case in this movie. He was very intelligent. The villain was pretty smart. He didn't make too many errors like you saw in a typical movie. I think the characters themselves were well written in this film to make everything very believable as well.
Now, the cinematography in this movie, I can definitely talk about it because I felt like the biggest thing I talked about this whole review was the action. That's because that's what this movie really was. It was just a really great action movie. But the action sequences was done well. They looked believable. Even though they were unrealistic, they still looked believable. And that's big. A lot of the bruises and scratches that Dwayne Johnson faced actually seemed real. The blood and when he fell off the building and when he jumped from the crane. Things that you've seen in the movie also reflected on The Rock. It wasn't just the clean, you know, Vin Diesel white beater.
And even the building itself, which is the real marvel of the film, looked like it was an actual building. There were very few, if any, moments where I had to say, this is CGI. He isn't really, you know, dangling from the building because it looked very real. And so, warning, if you're scared of heights, this might not be the movie for you because it definitely takes you to that uncomfortable place. Another good point is the music was really good. There were scenes that I thought where they normally do like a cheesy fight song where they decided to play no music at all. And it really set the tone that, hey, The Rock in this moment is fighting for his life. This is serious. This isn't so campy like some of the movies, the action movies of the 90s.
Yep.
But it's serious, like the bigger ones, like Die Hard and Terminator. It is trying to get you into that nostalgic piece of action that we may be missing out on.
In closing, I would definitely have to say that the Dwayne Johnson Skyscraper movie was great. I really did enjoy it. Is it Die Hard? Is it T2? No. You know, it's not. And what separates those two movies, in my personal opinion, from this movie is just the story. What makes a good action movie turn into a great action movie, or even legendary, is also having a great story alongside your action. And that is where this movie failed to deliver. But if you are looking for a Jason Bourne meets Spy Kids meets Die Hard, then this is a great movie to go see. And when I have to leave this movie off with an 8.25.
Skyscraper. I mean, honestly, when I first saw this trailer, I absolutely thought this movie was going to be bad. I thought I was going to have to sit in front of this camera and tell you guys that, hey, this is not the movie you want to see. The Rock drops another dud in 2018. But that is not the case. Skyscraper is entertaining.
Yes, it is.
Very entertaining. And again, when we're dealing with an action movie, I don't need something that's realistic. I'm not asking for the realest action movie I've ever seen. I'm asking to be entertained. And so a dazzle of fakery here and there, unbelievable stunts, is fine. Because again, at its core, it has to just be entertaining and action-packed.
I agree.
I would love to give this movie a 9. But again, with the story not being as emotional as you would hope, you know, again, like, show us the emotion behind these high stakes that you just faced. I will have to give this movie an 8.6. Again, a phenomenal movie. I'm saying that everyone should see this movie. It is worth the admission price.
Go see it. Definitely go check it out.
But it's not flawless.
No, it's not.
It's not flawless.
This is a win for you, Dwayne Johnson.
Good job. You came back from the rampage and you did it in style. That completes the review of Skyscraper. Woo! I mean, talk about a thrill ride. The Rock. I thought you had hit rock bottom, but now I can smell what you've been cooking. And I like it. Yeah. I like it a lot. As always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know how you feel about Skyscraper or how you felt about the trailer. If you feel like you don't want to watch it and you don't trust what we've told you here. As always, make sure you hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date with all of our reviewing content. And as always, don't forget, you've seen it here. Don't shoot, guys. I mean, really? One leg?
Oh, I didn't get to say it in the review, so I gotta put it in the bloopers. I meant to say Mission Impossible meets Spy Kids meets Jason Bourne. That's what I meant.
That's good. That's good.
But Die Hard is fine too.
And as always, don't forget, you've seen it here.
I got 2 legs.
That was slick. That was slick.